Hello everyone, welcome to this session. Today let's discuss about the climate change. So far in our previous video, we discussed the relationship or the correlation between the climate and the various economic activities. Also, the various economic activities, how they can be affected by various climatic regions that are within various places. So today, let's see the climate change. Uh, Climate change, this is the large-scale long-term shift in the planet's climate. So the climate change is yes, the very large scale. It means that it takes place in a large area, and it's a long-term shift. It means that it takes a long time, kind of a change in the planet's climate. Here we're talking about the Earth. So the changes in the weather patterns and the temperatures are the what we call the climate change. The overall effect of the climate change is termed as the global warming. So the overall effect of various changes of the various weather patterns and temperatures within a large scale in a long-term shift is what we call the global warming. So let's discuss about this. The global warming. What is global warming? Global warming, it refers to the increase of the Earth's average surface temperature due to effects of the greenhouse gases. So the various greenhouse gases are the ones that cause the increase in Earth's average surface temperature. Now these gases, they simply trap the heat that would otherwise escape from the Earth. uh, so the gases that can be emitted to the atmosphere are the ones that trap the various, they trap the heat that would maybe otherwise escape from the Earth through the atmosphere. But these gases, they keep the heat trapped within the Earth. So the greenhouse gases, they include as follows: there is water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen oxide or nitrous oxide, also ozone and the chlorofluorocarbons. So these are just the various gases that can affect our Earth's atmosphere. Now, since the early 20th century, the global air and the sea surface temperature has simply increased by about 0.8 degrees, with about two-thirds of the increase occurring since 1980. Now, each of the last 3 decades has been successfully warmer at the Earth's surface than preceding decades since 1850. Now, the recent rapid warming was caused by various, or is still caused by various human activities, such as maybe industries, etc., which contribute to the production of the greenhouse gases. So, various human activities that contribute or are the cause for the production of the greenhouse gases are the recent uh, causes of the rapid global warming. Now, such greenhouse gases are such as carbon dioxide that trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere. So the trapped heat is the one that causes the increase in average Earth's temperature. Now, it is predicted that the continuation of these activities, these economic activities, or the various human activities will result in a 1.8 to 4 degrees average temperature increase over the next century. Now, let's see the various causes of global warming. Scientific understanding of the cause of the global warming has been increasing. The global warming is mostly caused by the following. The first one is that increasing concentrations of the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. The following greenhouse gases, which are the main contributors to the global warming, include as follows. The first one is carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide, this is the main greenhouse gas. The gas, it contributes to over 50% of the greenhouse effect. It is because of this reason that man is struggling to reduce the carbon dioxide emissions. So various measures are being taken just to reduce uh, the production or the release of this carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Now, the following are just some of the man-made sources of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The first one is the deforestation. Deforestation, this is simply cutting down trees, which would have been very useful in absorbing the carbon dioxide gas from being emitted to the atmosphere. So the green plants, they absorb the carbon dioxide gas from the atmosphere and use it to manufacture their food through the process of photosynthesis. Now, cutting down the trees means that few trees are left to absorb the carbon dioxide gas from the air. Now, this has led to the increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That's why there are various preventive measures that have been taken or they're still doing them just to to reduce the deforestation, such as afforestation and reforestation. These are just some of the ways just to preserve the various trees that can be helpful in reducing the amount of carbon dioxide gas from the atmosphere. The second uh, is combustion of the fuel. This is the other cause of the emission of the carbon dioxide. The burning of fossil fuels such as wood, coal, petroleum, and natural gas releases the carbon dioxide gas into the atmosphere. The gas is produced during the combustion of these fuels in car engines, power stations, industries, etc., etc. So such ways are just there as causes all they lead to the production of the carbon dioxide gas that can be very harmful to our atmosphere. The other greenhouse gas is the methane. The main source of the methane is from the agricultural activities. So the main cause or the contributor of the production of the methane as this greenhouse gas is from the agricultural activities as one of the economic activities. It is released from the wetlands such as the rice fields and from the animals, particularly card-carrying animals like cattle. Now, the emission of the methane gas into the atmosphere therefore increases with increase in agricultural activities. So when the agricultural activities they increase, this means that the increase of emission of the methane gas increases also. Uh, same likely if the agricultural activities reduce, the same will go to the emission of the methane gas. Now, since 1960s, the amount of methane in the air has increased by 1% per year, twice as fast as the buildup of the carbon dioxide. The methane is also produced by the decomposition of the waste materials by the bacteria. It is it is the major component of the natural gas. The gas is also produced during the mining of coal uh, and oil as the natural gas, and when vegetation is burnt. So these are just the causes or where the methane gas can be produced. That's how production of methane looks like. The other greenhouse gas is the nitrous oxide or the nitrogen oxide. The the nitrogen oxide is produced from both man-made and natural processes. Human activities, which produce this dinitrogen oxide, they include as combustion of the fossil fuels in the vehicles and the power stations, use of the nitrogenous fertilizers, and burning of the vegetation and animal waste. So these are just kinds of the ways in uh, these kinds of various human activities that lead to the production of the dinitrogen oxide. During the combustion of fuel in automobile engines, the air gets so hot that the nitrogen reacts with the oxygen to form this dinitrogen oxide. So that's how the nitrogen oxide is formed by the reaction of the nitrogen with oxygen. The gas is also produced by the digesting bacteria, and this is the part of the nitrogen cycle, one of the most important natural processes on the earth. So that's how naturally this nitrogen oxide can be obtained. The other greenhouse gas is uh, the chlorofluorocarbons. The chlorofluorocarbons are the other greenhouse gases. The sources of the CFCs in the atmosphere they include as the refrigerators, air conditioners, and aerosols. So these are sources of this CFCs, that is the chlorofluorocarbons. The CFCs are extremely effective greenhouse gases. One CFC molecule is about 10 times more effective in trapping heat than the carbon dioxide molecule. So this CFCs is just very dangerous compared to the carbon dioxide. As we've seen there, that one molecule of this CFC is about 10,000 times more effective in trapping the heat than a carbon dioxide molecule. Some of them are up to like 14,000 times effective than the carbon dioxide, the main greenhouse gas. So that's all I have for this session. I hope that's all clear. We've started discussing with the climate change. We've seen the meaning of it, and then we'll later move on to the global warming. What's the meaning of the global warming? And then we've seen the various greenhouse gases. I hope that's all clear, and thank you.